Hello and welcome to Pushing Cardboard. Today we're doing an unboxing of an oldie. It's still in shrink. My friendly local game store had a rare clearance sale because they had some extra copies of this, and I'm kind of a real fan of World War One plane air combat. So this is one I never had. This is Wings from Excalibur Games. It says it's the second edition. And I got it for $20, $20 Canadian on sale, so I couldn't say no. It comes in a standard sort of bookcase box. It's given complexity 9, solitaire suitability 6. I'll be interested to see if that complexity 9, if I agree with that. Who knows? Looks like it won a Charlie back in the day. Charles Roberts Award for Best 20th Century Game. So who knows? This originally published in 81 and by Yaquinto. This Excalibur Excalibur version I think is maybe 1993. Both a fairly long time ago. So but I'm glad to get a copy that's still in the shrink wrap. I don't know that I have any games from Excalibur Games, so well, here's a little sort of, it's like an aircraft data card in a way. It's not very big, but this is for a Voisin 5, a French plane. Gives you a lot of details on what its maneuvers can do and its speed and whatnot. And then this side, some plane targeting and gun character. Does look very detailed indeed. So perhaps there's more to this than I thought. Here's the map. Maps for World War One air games are generally not too exciting because obviously all the action takes place in the air. Very strange. This map is, I don't know if it's meant to be, but it's sort of perforated along these lines. Could just be the way it's folded. But anyway, there's some trenches. I don't know what the big lines there are. There's a few roads. Not much to see for a map, but I don't expect much for a map from often you could, if you have a favorite map, you can generally, for one of these games, you could switch maps, no problem. Okay, now we see more of these what look like aircraft, like as I described, aircraft data cards. Yeah, here's some. Let's see if I can get these sort of in a pile. But here's one that'll be more recognizable than Voisin. This is the old Sopwith. Oh, and then there's a Newport 11. Well, very, very familiar planes. Sopwith 1.5. Yeah, so there's a lot of I don't know if you need one per plane. If there may be duplicates in here, or maybe there's just that many different plane types. Hard to know, but that is an enticing looking little. I mean, yeah, look at those. There's a lot of stuff on one of these cards. Reload times for guns, boy, it really does get intricate. Basic maneuvers, advanced maneuvers, and different speeds at different altitudes. I'm sure there's stuff for climb rate and dive rate and all that sort of stuff there too. Here's the rule book. Now, that's a different sort of style rule book. Instead of a big 8.5 by 11, this is more like a, I don't know, 5 by 7 or something like that. And it is bound, which is never my favorite because you can never get the rule book to stay flat. Well, here we are on page 40 and the advanced game starts. I never like to see Gothic font used anywhere other than maybe a title page, but here it's used for the title of, like, it's everywhere. It's just harder to read. Gothic is a decorative font. It should never be used in the actual text of anything. So, I'm sure I'm not the only person who feels that way. Anyway, it's certainly got to be a comprehensive rule book. No color, black and white. Oh, photo though. Hefty thing. I mean, they're small pages, but there's 146 of them. A die. Well, here we have gunnery tables, hit tables, bank and nose altitude effects on gunplay chart. Okay, that is, maybe they're right about the the complexity being 9. Impulse charts. That's probably if two planes are going at different speeds. I would imagine it lets them move on different impulses generally. Sighting modifiers, range modifiers. Wow, lots of stuff going on there. So that's very involved. Here's the counters. Okay, we can see that they are single-sided. I wonder if this is... Well, there's another thing of counters. So the red ones are look like to be British planes. We got RE-8s, pups, dolphins, camels here. We got the French. We got the Nieuports and the Spads and those Voisins. Some Italian planes. And then some just markers. So you can get a... They're not particularly pretty counters. One of the great things about World War I games is sometimes the counters are like super attractive, especially more modern ones that are full color. But these are full color. They just aren't that great looking. Setup card. Random battle locations, suggested planes to use. So I guess there's maybe a random scenario generator or something like that. Again, looks like tons of detailed rules here. Here's the Germans. The Germans are green. Don't often see the planes in a side view like this either. Usually in these games they are, not always, but when the map is a top-down like this, usually the planes are top-down. Some more French. We got a bunch of more Spads, some Samsons. Command sheet. Okay, this is... I think this is meant to... This is laminated, so I think it's meant to be used as a... you could use a wipeable or washable marker on this, but it also says photocopy as desired. So this is, I guess, where you list your different planes if you're having a big dogfight. Exactly the same over on this side. This is where you keep track of data and damage and whatnot. We have a few overlays for the map, a couple of runways, some railroad, and some more overlays. We got a Zeppelin and a couple of smaller balloons, as well as some banks of clouds, a few hills, a few trees, and a second die. And that's it. That's everything that comes in this. This does look like it's going to be a really satisfying dive of a game. I guess the proof will be in how well it plays. But man, it looks like there's a lot going on here, which I don't mind in a World War I game. I've found with a few of the more recent ones that they've gone the other direction, where they've simplified so much that I don't really notice the difference between the planes as much as I'd like to. So I look forward to diving into this. Anyway, thank you very much for watching the video. Please check out the podcast. You can find the Pushing Cardboard podcast on Apple Music or Spotify or wherever you get your podcast. Thanks again.